Hello and welcome to this hsbMake video on the updates to the production viewer in version 28. My name is Andrew Baker-Keane and I have the pleasure of going through these changes with you today. In the production viewer, we've now added a percentage completion to this, where you can see how many parts of an order have actually gone through the whole production process. We've also added to the tooltips the port numbers, so it's easy to see which ports, which particular stations are communicating to the server on. We've improved the search function so it can now search over the production viewer and tell you where you can find particular items of a job. And we've also added the relationships to the information panel that is on the right-hand side. Now let's see how this looks in the software. As you can see, if we click on a particular unit or buffer, we see all the contents of that unit or buffer. But now we also have the Orders tab with the percentage completion showing which items have passed the completion point of the production process. If we now look at the tooltips, as you can see, when we hover over a unit, we automatically get the tooltip appear with the port number indicated as described in the introduction. We can go into the search bar and type in a identification for a particular panel, and when we hit enter, it immediately tells us in the information bar under the Find tab where it can be found within production. The other thing we can do is we can search for something that contains part of the full identification, in which case it will give us all of the results. We don't have to put complete description in the search bar. If we now look at relationships, let's start with this buffer, and as you can see, it contains a stack in it. When we look at the station next to it, which is going to convert the stack into a series of single walls, you can see the relationship between the stack and all of its elements that make up that stack are actually now listed in the information panel. This is really useful to understand how a unit of work is going to actually be changed. And when we bring in the distributor, you can see when we transfer it from one place to another, the stack is automatically converted into a series of elements or panels. And when we refresh the relationship tab, the relationship has now disappeared. If we now consider going the other way, so we look at items that are going to be combined from a smaller unit of work to a larger one, you can see from here we've got most but one item in the actual relationships, which is green. The final item is waiting before that combine can occur. So therefore the user knows that there is still one item outstanding before we can create the stack. So as a quick summary for the changes that have been made in the production viewer with version 28, we have made it so that you have improved visibility of the production process, and you also have a way of searching for items a lot faster than ever before, so you can find out where something is if there is an issue. And of course, we've included some extra features which are really useful for your IT team. My name is Andrew Baker-Keane, and I hope you have enjoyed finding out about the new features we have put into the production viewer.